Hey guys, it's Kelly. I am back with you today for a one brand tutorial, and I'm going to be doing all things NYC. I scavenged around every store I could find until I found every little piece that I thought I would need for this tutorial. I'm really looking forward to it. I just finished doing my hair, and we know how that goes. It's not usually all that great, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my cat ears on, and I'm going to push this hair back out of the way, and we're going to get started. Now, I had purposefully saved my ticket from where I purchased these things, and now I can't find it. Can't find it anywhere. Don't have any idea. I will say this though. I think everything was $4 or under each, and I think that the foundation is the only thing that would have been over $5, and I think it was only like right at $5. I do remember that the loose powder, I saw Kathleen Lights using this, and she said that it was really good. I thought if you could really find a good drugstore alternative to the Laura Mercier powder, then I'm all for it. And they do have it in the different colors, but I got the one that was translucent, just like the Laura Mercier. And I want to try it out and see how it does. It's just called the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. It was only $2.77. So you're definitely saving a lot there. Now, I've got everything else. It's in its packs, that sort of thing. I have everything to get started with. I've already put on a little bit of chapstick on my lips just because I knew I would need it. And I do have a blemish here, and of course I want to conceal some of my redness. Now, you can use any kind of drugstore corrector that you like. NYX has some really great ones, and so I would suggest NYX as a good one. But yeah, I just want to kind of start there. So I have, this is called the Smooth Skin Perfecting Primer, and it's in shade 684, which I think is just light or whatever, but I think it was like maybe $3. This face of makeup is going to be, I think, a lot of fun because you can find NYC in Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid. You can find it anywhere, and you can find it online on Walmart.com. And so, if you don't even have to leave your house if you want to get it. I know there are a lot of people out there that can't afford high-end products, and I wanted you to see through this tutorial that you can get a really great look with all drugstore, and all you really need are some good brushes, and you can get good brushes from the drugstore. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get some of this primer, and I'm going to prime my face. It's white. It looks like, my first impression is that it has a hint of a smell. It's really loose. It's really runny. I don't really care for the smell, but it's not something that would, steer me away from using it. It's nice and smoothing. I don't think it has silicone in it. It doesn't feel like it's got silicone in it. Let me wipe my hands off. It kind of got between my fingers because it's so loose. It's really runny. So, but the smell is, it's just different. It's not terribly unpleasant or anything. And I'm not continuing to smell it. It went away after smoothing it on. So yeah, it's just to put on before your makeup. Now, I do have a concealer stick. The concealer stick was like $1.99, something like that, and I just got it. It says it is a cover stick, and it says that it is with vitamin E. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one up because I'm going to be correcting and all that kind of stuff all at the same time. If I can get into it. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. So this is the little stick foundation. It just comes in like a lipstick tube or whatever. You just have to be careful when you're putting the lid on. Here is the foundation that I got, and I got the foundation in, it says NYC Smooth Skin Liquid Foundation, and it is in the color Oh, and it says matte effect, by the way. And I got it in the color 678 Barely Beige. I was kind of trying to choose something from online that I thought might look, you know, resemble. None of my local stores had this in stock. And I finally found it at a Walmart way across town, and they had lots of them. So I just sort of tried to, I think it's a little bit too yellow toned, but we're just going to see how it goes. I can't even tell if it's, this is different. Okay, this I did not expect. It comes with the spatula. Yeah, not a fan of that really. I prefer to put it on the back of my hand or in my plate, you know, my mixing plate. Because I'm going to use my beauty blender. Now, you can use a Real Techniques sponge. You can use anything from the drugstore you like. I mean, guys, I don't have one of those because I hate them. But, I mean, you know, Real Techniques has come out with some new sponges lately. So, I'm interested to see. It's weird. This is like a moussey consistency. And I'm having a hard time. See, I'm having to pile it up on there. I'm not sure how far it's going to go, so I put some on the back of my hand. I'm going to kind of dab this around on my cheeks. I'm going to try not to use the green concealer if I don't have to. Let's see how this blends out and see what kind of coverage we get. I would say light to medium coverage. Let's see if it's buildable. I need to do my forehead though. Yeah, I would say just light to medium coverage at this point. So let's see if it is buildable. Get the extra off my hands. Okay, let's go in and see if we can build it up. Got to pull my mirror a little closer. Not really buildable, guys. So light to, I would say maybe medium, but more light. So this is going to be, I mean, they do have a choice of a BB cream, but as we all know, BB creams are even lighter coverage usually. But I do have a concealer stick that I can use. So if there's any flaws, you know, on your face or anything like that, then you should be able to, you know, take care of that. It is a little bit heavier on my forehead. I mean, you can tell I have foundation on. I mean, it's obvious. It's not like it doesn't, you know, just blend out into nothing. I mean, it's obviously there. It does have a matte finish, like it says. It's not dewy. Let me get my ears and my neck. Okay, now, well, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's put that to the side. I am going to go in now with, before I set anything, I want to go ahead and get started on my eyes. Since my eyes, I'm not really sure if my eyes are going to have any fallout. I want to go ahead and work with my eyes first. That's my mascara. This is my brow and eyeliner. Okay, so I went with this trio, and it is the HD Color Trio Eyeshadow in 782 Bronzed in Brooklyn. Okay, it is closed, sealed, thank goodness. I did try to check all of them. I found that when I was checking products that if you know, they weren't sealed. That seemed to be real common. I mean, it was kind of hard to find anything that was still closed. Okay, so of course, we know what I think about these. Trash can. Okay, it's got the little name plate over it that tells you the names of the colors. But this is what they look like. It's just in a little plastic case like this right here, and it opens up. But these are colors that I thought I could work with. Let's see. We have at the bottom, this is the crease or transition shade, and it is no name, just that. Then the middle one, they're calling it for all over the lid. And then the top one, they're calling it your highlighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one through the crease. I'm going to darken up the outer corner with this one, and then I'll do this one on my brow bone. I think that was the intention. But since we're not really getting any color names, we're strictly getting just Bronzed in Brooklyn. It's just a shade range name, I guess is what you would call that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the trash and get that out of the way. So I did not find any sort of, it's not drying down in some places. Don't like that. It has a little bit of a tacky feel. I mean, and it's been on long enough, you know, just talking about the shadow, that it should have dried down a good bit. It's still a little tacky in a couple places, but I can tell it's still drying down. But even more reason for me to wait and get my eyes done first. Okay, so let's get my eyes done. Okay, I'm gonna take my Sigma E25, but you know that Real Techniques brushes, I love those just the same. These just happen to be my favorites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this color. Let me kind of test it. I'm going to test it on the back of my hand for a second, just to kind of see the pigmentation. I don't want to go in too hard. Okay, well, let's just see how this works on the eye. Sometimes, you know, a swatch on the hand is really different than on the eye. Okay, I don't have any primer for my eyes, so we're just going to go straight in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start working in my crease with that medium shade. Much better pigmentation on my eye than on my hand. I will say that. I was a little bit scared there when I did it on my hand to check and see. So it's definitely much better on the eye, no doubt. It's a really pretty warm brown. It does come across, the way that it looks in the package, it looks like a satin, but it's coming across on the eye as more of a, you know, it does not have any sparkle or shine to it at all. So that's a good thing because it's the crease shade. So even though it looks like a satin in the pan, it seems to blend fairly easily, actually. So yay. I've always heard good things about NYC's eyeshadows, but you know, I've never had any before. So when I was purchasing, I wanted to choose a color range that I'm used to working with, and being a brunette and having blue eyes, I work with browns a lot. So I thought that this would be a good choice for me. So yeah, there's that. And I'm going to go down over the lid with a crease color just a little bit, because I'm not going to cover my lid in that dark brown. I'm only going to use that in my outer corner. So let me go ahead and get another brush that I enjoy using for that outer corner. This is a Morphe E17. I'm going to go into that darker shade, and I'm going to try and darken up my outer corner. It's working out really good, guys. I mean, they're pigmented. There, I moved you a little bit closer so you can kind of see that these are blending well. I'm not having any problems with patchiness or anything like that. They seem to be pretty good quality shadows. I can dip back in easily and not have to worry about going in too hard. They're not that pigmented, but they're doing the job. And it's actually coming across as a fairly pretty look. You can see. Okay, I'm going to stop there because, it blended really well. I'll come back to this in a bit once we get to the area where I need, I'm going to knock away in case there was any fallout, because I did notice it kicked up a lot of dust when I was getting it out. Okay, now let's go in and work on our face. I'm going to go in with the concealer stick, and I'm going to work on this blemish that I have here. Now see, I prefer to put a green concealer on here, but since this is what I've got, this is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to put a little bit on there. Try not to put too much, because then you're just going to draw attention to it. Okay, and then I'm going to go underneath my eyes. Do you guys see what I'm getting here? I need to get that dark outer corner that I like to conceal. So you can kind of see what I'm looking at. Okay, let's go down the nose. Okay, that's about normal. So let's put that to the side, and let me get my beauty blender and let's see how it blends. I'm gonna start on my nose. It might work better if you want to use a brush, if you're more comfortable with the brush. I think that's fine. It blends, you just have to work at it a bit. It wants to leave, do you see this right here? It wants to leave the lines rather than blending. I feel like I have to rub it rather than pat it. And I do not like to rub anything under my eyes, so we're going to see how that happens. We're going to see how that goes. These areas I don't mind rubbing, but I do not want to rub my under eyes, so I'm going to attempt to pat them. Let me work on that little blemish. Not too bad. Okay, let's go in. If I have to do more than bounce under my eye, I'm going to be kind of upset. I mean, I know it's going to be a thicker consistency because it isn't a tube form like a lipstick, but okay, it's pretty bright. But it is blending out. I'm just having to be a little heavy-handed with it, but not too bad. Not bad enough that I wouldn't use it again. Of course, it's not going to be my favorite. We tend to get spoiled. If you ever use high-end products that are really, really good, you tend to get spoiled to them. But this is a really good tutorial for a young girl that's just starting out in makeup and wants to get a full face of makeup with some coverage, really cheap. Because if I had to guess, my full face of makeup today, I probably wouldn't have spent, I would say $20 or under for the entire face. And I don't think that's bad at all. It's not everything that you would need, but I think that it's more than enough for somebody that's just getting started and is on a really, if you're on a really strict budget, I think this would be an absolute great route for you to take. I like NYC. I have some of their, their crayons that I use as a base on my eye when I'm doing other eye looks. So, I mean, NYC is not foreign to me. I just didn't actually, I've already passed on a lot of things, and I had to go back and just, kind of repurchase some things. And I was very interested in finding out if I could find something that was, $2 or $3 that does the job for me on a regular basis, and I could save, my more high-end products. If I could save those for more special occasions, hey, I'm all about that. So, yeah. It did blend out with the Beauty Blender. I think that, it's obvious you can still see the blemish that I have. You can see my redness, and that was with 2 layers of foundation. So, I mean, you know, you're going to want to probably, if you have anything that you want to hide, you're going to need to conceal, because the foundation is just not enough coverage to take care of problems like redness, or if you have, you know, anything else that is troublesome that you're trying to hide. And, you know, I have a lot of redness, and I usually always conceal it. Green is excellent for not just facial redness like I have, like this right here on my chin or my jaw, but it's excellent to use green on acne spots, because it settles down that redness, and then when you go over it with, you know, a creamy base, it covers it really nicely. But for today and today's purposes, we're just going to let Gertrude hang out there and let her do her thing. Okay, you know, I'm a girl. We all deal with the same stuff. So I'm going to go in now I've got to open up my powder. But like I said, this stuff was so reasonable. And you can sometimes find this stuff at the dollar store, which is a really great thing. So you're not having to spend money, really, not a whole lot of money. You can, you know, get by with this kind of makeup for a very long time. And it comes with its little see-through. It's see-through, but that's okay. I mean, if that's all you've got, that's all you've got. But it is sealed off, as you can see, and it says to lift, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to use it to... Whoa, look what just happened. I was trying to pull the lid off and the top off the lid, and it went everywhere. Has powder everywhere. Lovely. Just what I was looking for. Now, I've got it open. Let me put this, it's just caps. It doesn't screw on, so keep that in mind. Okay, I am going to get my handy dandy Morphe E3 that I love, and I am going to, actually, if you can see the inside, I'm just going to use my beauty blender to set under my eyes, out of the top of it that's really overflowing. Let me try to get some of this on my beauty blender to set under my eyes. Now, Kathleen Lights really likes this powder. She said that, you know, for Drugstore, that it was one of her faves. So I can honestly tell you that this needs to be set. So I'm going to set everywhere that I put concealer, I'm going to set it with this, because, as I said, it still feels real sticky. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swirl my brush around in this top, and then I'm going to start setting the other areas of my face with it. The tackiness that I feel, you know, I want to take care of that. I don't want to have any tackiness. Go ahead, and I'm leaving what's underneath my eyes there just a touch longer. Okay, guys, I am going to go in now. I've let it sit for just a little bit. I'm just going to go in and knock it off. I have my NYC bronzer that I love that I'm going to use. I know that's Wet n Wild. Let me see. Where's the... Here it is. This is my NYC bronzer. This is what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to just be using, you know, an angled brush to bronze with. It's just the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. And mine is in Sunny. But it looks like this. And, I mean, this is one of my favorites, and it's from this brand. So, there are lots that I'm sure that you could find and enjoy. Just want to bronze up my face just a little bit. Give myself a little extra color before I go in with the blush. It's really a good one because you get a lot of color payoff, and then you can buff, and it goes wherever you want it to go. So I can buff this out and it will spread out and really give you a nice glowy look. Okay, I'm all bronzed up. I have everything I need on my face up to this point, and I think it's looking pretty good. I think this is a great look for someone who, this is a great look for somebody that's young. Let me just say that. I really do think that someone that's young could benefit from the easygoing on your wallet prices, and I'm getting a look I think that is really good. If you really need more coverage, then just maybe find another drugstore foundation, but then you can, you can splurge a little bit more because you're spending so little on the other things. I'm going to be going in with the NYC Cheek Glow Powder Blush, and it is in the color, let me get this crazy little brush out. It is in the color West Side Wine. Okay, let's find our blush brush. I like the little round tip one. And I think this is a really pretty soft pink. It's kicking up a lot of dust, but that's okay. Let's go in slow. Guys, this is a really pretty color. West Side Wine. It was just one of them that they had there. They had several colors, and I liked this one because it was a nice, soft, more neutral looking color. It's just a soft, dusky pink. It's really translating very well on the cheek, though. It's very, very, very pretty. There's just enough color payoff. I really like this so far. I really do. Okay, guys, I did buy, they had individual liners, but this is, it's in 902 dark brown, and it's a brow and eyeliner pencil duo, okay? So let me get this open. So basically what it boils down to is they're saying that you can use it for your liner and to fill in your brows. My brows have been tinted, but they do need just a little bit of a touch up. So I'm just going to, let me look at these and make sure they're the same thing. Yep, brow and eyeliner pencil. Okay, well, I'm just going to use one. There's no need to mess up two. I'll just put that one, in a giveaway or something because there's no need for it to go to waste. So dark brown is what I'm going with. It's very, 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 very pointed. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got my towel here. I tamed it down for you. And me both, both of us. I don't need to be going in with that. Okay, let me get something to comb my brows with. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, let me comb my brows into place because I messed them up. Okay, let's go in and fill in the more sparse areas. Okay, I made a little bit of a mistake and it moved really well. That's a good thing. If we set our brow and it stays, that's an even better thing. Okay, let me comb through my brow again. What did I do with my, here it is. Now, I don't have a spoolie, it's just the end, So I happen to have this. This is a I think I might have gotten this from Morphe or maybe just the drugstore. I don't know, but let me use this to kind of comb through my brow and make sure the product is evenly distributed in my brow. I love getting my brows tinted now, guys. It's become something that I really do enjoy. Okay, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to do my liner. I'm going to do my tight line and my water line. It seemed and comes across as very creamy, so let's see here. You see. You can see the color payoff. Does not work very good in the waterline. I would say that this might be one that we need to bring down. Let's just bring this down into the lash line a little bit. Yeah, with contacts, that doesn't mix. Okay, so we're just going to bring it down into the lash line a bit so we can define it that way. And I'll use a pencil brush to kind of smudge it in and set it. I'm not going to go in the waterline with this one, guys. That didn't feel good. And it's still, I feel like there's some residue on my contact. That is not fun when that happens. It's kind of waxy feeling when I'm using it like this. Now for the brow, that's a great thing. But for an eyeliner, not so much. So I would not recommend this particular product. They do have just some individual eyeliners. I think that you need to stick to this for your brows and just go ahead and spend another $2 or so for one of their actual eyeliners. My store was sold out. That's the reason I thought, well, it says brow and liner, it should be okay. This is too waxy for the waterline, and waxy is good when you're filling in brows and that sort of thing, especially when you have, you know, something to set your brows with, which I do. But it's just not so much a good thing when you are, let me find my pencil brush. Here's my pencil brush. But it's just not a good thing when it's on your lash line. Okay, let's see here. Guys, it's going away to almost nothing on my lash line. I mean, you can see it, but up close, I can see how much is being pulled away by the brush. So yes, there's some definition under my eyes. And this is a really good look for a younger girl, but for someone that's putting on, you know, taking the time to do eyeliner and wants eyeliner, we need to go with something different. So that particular product from the NYC line, I would suggest you use only for your brows. Okay, we live and learn. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of a, let's see, I need a little bit more of a precise fluffy brush. Let me see what I can find. Here we go. I can just use this one. It is a Sigma, it's an E70, and I'm just going to go back into the eyeshadows now. I'm going to go in with this. I'm going to get my brow bone. This is a nice color also. I'm impressed with the eyeshadows. Really impressed with the eyeshadows. I like those brow pencils for the brow, not the waterline or the lash line. Okay, I'm going to go in the corner of my eyes just a little bit for a highlight with that same color. I do not have a highlighter. I could not find a highlighter from NYC. Everybody was sold out, and I was not going to pay shipping for one little thing of, you know, from Walmart.com. I just, wasn't going to do it. So, yeah, there's that. All right. So, we're going to go with that highlighter. That's sinful. That's just sinful. Okay, I have this. This is, it says Showtime. It's new, and it's their transparent lash and brow mascara. So I got this to use on my brows to lay them down. Now, something I've been seeing lately, I want to show you what the brush looks like, first of all. It's big. It's really, really, really big. And, you know, I can see why it's big because if you're going to use this on your lashes and you're not going to use like black mascara, then you would need the brush to be a little bit bigger. But for brows, this is going to be an experience because this is kind of large. Something that I've noticed that people complain about is the packaging. The product might be great, but this packaging, if you're using anything in your brows, it's going to transfer to the brush, which is going to get introduced into this clear tube. And eventually this is going to get dingy looking, which is really gross. And you just don't want to see that. They really probably need to put this in, you know, like an opaque packaging so that you can't see through it. Because it just kind of grosses you out, you know. So let me go ahead and see if I can tame my brows with this large brush. See, my brows are, they're sparse, but they're also very hard to tame. That's the reason I like my Benabrow or my NYX, because they both do excellent jobs. And that's a high-end and a drugstore choice you have there. It seems to be doing a fairly good job. I'll let you know once it dries if it leaves them feeling like you have sprayed them with hairspray or anything like that. But I can definitely tell that it's taming them, which is great. This brow here is much thicker than the other brow, and you can see that. They're cousins, not sisters, guys. But see, I can see that there's brown on this now, and I'm going to introduce it into that. Just not something I really care for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. You can use any drugstore lash curler. There are plenty out there, but if you're going to get one from the drugstore, I would suggest the Revlon. Theirs are really good. If you're willing to put in a little extra money, then you might want to go with Tweezerman, because Tweezerman tools are also awesome. Okay, let me put that there. Now, I have, in my stash, I have an NYC mascara, and this one says Sky Rise Lengthening Mascara, and it says up to 60% longer. Well, you guys know how I am, and I got mine in extreme black. This is what it looks like in the packaging. You know, guys, I like length more than I like volume. My lashes, I have plenty of volume in my lashes as it is. I just like length, you know. I just like to curl them and then get that length going. So let me get this open, and let's check this baby out. Okay, packaging is not bad. Let's see. I hope it's the kind of one that I think it is. Actually, it's interesting. It's larger at the top and smaller at the bottom. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it pulls out just a little bit of the tip that you have to kind of knock off a little bit. Okay, let's go into this mirror and check things out. Remember, you go to the root and you wiggle and pull up. And if you make mistakes like I just did, just let it dry and it'll come right off with a Q-tip. It does lengthen. I do like that it's lengthening very well. That's all right. Let's go into the other side. I'm going to put 2 coats of this on. Okay, bottom lashes. And then I'll do my second coat and clean up any mistakes, because I've made a few. This being thicker at one end than the other it's confused me a bit, but it's workable. So far, with just one coat, I do like it. And I think it was like $2. Very inexpensive. Guys, it is more than easy to get a very nice look with drugstore products. The way that drugstore products are formulated nowadays, guys, there's no reason, if you can't afford it, there's no reason to try and afford it. Just go to the drugstore, get what you need. NYC is a great brand with a great reputation. So grab some NYC products and see what you think. And if you don't like them, it's not like you've spent a whole lot of money in investing in something that you're not ever going to use again. Okay, so let me get a Q-tip. Once it's dried, I've gotten both lashes have 2 coats, and it made them so long that I have lots and lots of mistakes. It is a great lengthening mascara. So if you do like lengthening, you'll like this one. Okay, guys, can you see my lashes? I hope that you can. They're really, really long. Okay, I have, believe it or not, I also have a lipstick. I chose this one. I thought this was a gorgeous nude color. It's new. It's their Expert Last lip color. And I liked that it comes in this sealed sleeve, because the worst thing in the world is to be at the drugstore and find a color that you like and then not be able to find a color that you like that hasn't been tampered with or tested, or, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's one thing. Like the last time I went to Ulta, I think I mentioned it to you guys. I mean, it's just like every tube that I picked up had been messed with. I didn't like that at all. Okay, let me get off any of the crustiness that's left over from my chapstick and foundation. Okay, let's get this baby on and let's see. It is called, again, Creamy Caramel. And I think it's a beautiful nude. I really liked the color. And I thought that it would be great for fall. So let's see what the color payoff is. It's very creamy. It does need a couple of swipes. Has a pleasant smell. Very creamy, very nice. I like this. It's a good formula. I can see that it would probably be one of those that would build up if you're not careful. So you probably do need to keep a check on it and apply as needed, because it is so creamy. But it makes it's very comfortable on my lips. It makes my lips feel moisturized. And so, and I really like the color. I like the color with the brown shadow. I just think that, you know, a neutral look is classic and it's something that anybody can pull off regardless of your age. I do not have any highlighter on, but I couldn't find a highlighter from NYC, but that's okay. If you can find one, I would get it and try it. I really do think that their products are really good. So let's recap. I started out with the foundation. It's an okay foundation, but it's light coverage. So I would say if you need something that's more full coverage, then you might want to go to a different brand because their BB cream is not going to be any better. BB creams tend to be even lighter. I forgot. The primer. The primer is something that you can only really tell over time if your makeup lasts longer. So that may be something I have to get back to you on. But when I was putting it on, you know, not an unpleasant smell. It wasn't my favorite smell, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, then I went in with my eyes and I used this eyeshadow trio. I really like this a lot. I do. I think that it went on well. It blended well. Shading, all that kind of stuff was really nice. Really easy to work with. The creamy concealer stick, it's okay. I don't like it for the under eye. I think it's better for highlighting the center of your face. It didn't do a very good job of covering up my blemish. So this could be a pass for me. Just one of those things, you know, if you find like the Maybelline Fit Me, for example, it's a little more expensive, not too much, but I mean, you know, I think as far as this is concerned, you're getting what you pay for, which is not a very good product. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, then I went to the blush. Was really, really good. I put it away. Let me see what I did with it. I just laid it right here. The blush in West Side Wine. Love this color, and I will use this again. I really will. I like that one a lot. Then I already had my bronzer that I used in Sunny. I use it a lot. It's one of my favorites. So I went ahead and stuck those in my drawers. Now, the next thing that we went to were the pencil, the lashes, and the brows. So this is marketed as a brow and eyeliner. It's nice and waxy so that it does well with the brow, but I do not suggest using this for an eyeliner. Definitely not on the waterline. And it really didn't do a great job in my lash line because it's waxy. I think they made it waxy so it would do well in the brow, but what happens is that wax becomes a problem as an eyeliner. So this is a no. I would say that I really like the mascara. A couple of bucks, and I have some, you know, my lashes are nice and long and they're sticking out there. I really like that. I do like this, the brow mascara. It's, you know, it's clear. You're not going to see if you make mistakes or anything like that. The only problem is that over time it's going to get kind of yucky looking, and I don't know, you know, how you would feel about that. Some people, it may not bother you at all, but me, I'd rather just not see. I mean, you know, and then just throw it out when it's time. But none of these products, you know, the lipstick is really great. Nice and creamy. I can tell that it probably won't stay if I were to eat or drink, but I would say that, you know, it's a great color and they have lots of colors to choose from. So, you know, you can't beat it for, you know, $1 lipstick. So you can, like I said, you can find NYC products in so many different places, and it's so affordable. If you are purchasing for someone that is new to makeup, or if you are just trying to get by on a really strict budget, you need to go to work and you need to look presentable, I would highly suggest NYC as an option for you. I think that they have a great line of products. You can see the things that I liked and didn't like. You can kind of you know, go with the flow on those sort of things. If you want a finishing spray, you're gonna have to go to another brand, because that is one thing that they don't offer, which I wish they did, but they don't. So there's no finishing spray. I think that finishing sprays are important because they kind of help take down some of the powderiness that you'll find, you know. Oh, and that reminds me, the powder is great. I really like the way that it looks. My face is very, very soft looking. I think it looks really nice. It's a great powder. So I'm glad that Kathleen mentioned it, because I love watching her videos and I like to see what she, you know, says is really good. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one brand tutorial. NYC is a great, you know, company, and they have a great line of products. There's some hits and some misses in every cosmetic line, but I do appreciate you watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up because it's so helpful. And yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Bye. How does coloring your hair turn into a poodle perm? New product, Tresemme Thermal Creations Heat Tamer leave-in spray with a little lock on it. Supposed to work. We got a lot of taming to do. Oh Lord. Okay. Guys, the struggle is real. How does one break a hairbrush? New hairbrush. Thank goodness. Squeak, 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 squeak. When you're drying your hair, you have to take a break. Hydrate, people. Hydrate. I think we all know what this means. It's that time again. I need a stiff drink just to straighten my hair. Hydrate, break. Damn it! So guys, this is pretty much the way that I do my hair. I just take it in sections and that sort of thing. I put a new product on there. What was it called? I've got this natural curl right against my face, and I can't make this stuff up. I could do a cave woman for Halloween. I've got the hair for it. Hey guys. Hey guys, it's Kelly, and I'm back with a tutorial for you guys. Hey guys, it's Kelly. I am back with you today, and I'm going to be doing